We got all of the siding on the house done. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another video with a guy and his projects. Guys, we have so much going on right now that I'm honestly a little bit overwhelmed with what we got going on. So let me give you a quick speakers, Bluetooth pairing. Let me give you a quick overview of what we got. So the house used to have a deck right here. I wrapped all the way from that concrete all the way over to the end of that concrete, and I ripped that out this weekend, and now we're going to concrete it. So I've got 3,300 pounds, almost 3,400 pounds of concrete in the back of the Super Duty right now. We're not doing this whole pad today. We're just going to do this little pad right here, boop 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 boop, and then over here this window, we got a replacement window for this basement, and we're going to pour a concrete slab around it, concrete retaining window well, whatever you want to call it. We're going to pour around that, and then I'm going to extend this patio here that was pre-existing. We're going to push this out 18 inches, and then I'm going to build a fence on top of it, a steel fence. This is temporary for now, don't pay too much attention to that. And then yeah, we're going to re-side the entire house. Entire house is getting some new siding, which we have right here. Some of this was donated by a good buddy of mine, and the rest of it we purchased. And we got tons of siding stacked up right here. It doesn't look like it was like 150 some pieces plus some corners and stuff. We got all that going on. In order to do the concrete, my wife graciously let me buy this guy. So this guy is going to help us today. I've never used it before, just picked it up yesterday. So that's going to be great. We also have a concrete saw, which we're going to use to cut up some awkward transitions. So when the previous owners poured this asphalt, they just kind of filled all the gaps everywhere, all over the place with the asphalt. So now we have this awkward transition here, and then they had the balusters for the little step up here, and they just poured around the 2x4s, which completely rotted out. So we're going to end up cutting, you can kind of see my chalk line there, all this out to be even with this, which isn't going to look quite great, because if you look really closely, this is not a straight line. This curves in just ever so slightly. So no matter what I do, it's going to look funky here. But today we're going to fill in that we cut out, fill in this all the way to the corner of the house, which will do a sharp stop. And then when we pour this pad, we'll finish up cutting here. That 3-inch piping is for where the window well is going to be. We're also going to run that under the concrete and out. And yeah, some big projects coming. In addition to that, when we do the siding, so this sliding door here is going to go away, and we're going to put a window there instead. This is only a 1,000 square foot house per level, so 1,000 up, 1,000 down. We don't need 3 exit doors, in my opinion, so we're gonna have one door and then the side door. We're gonna upgrade, well, front door is over there. We're gonna upgrade the front door in this door, and we're going to put in some better storm doors and make those look real nice. And like I said, that'll be a window, and then this window, we have a new one too, because that's a piece of crap. So also, we're gonna upgrade this door. This is the garage door. It's got this big old window in here. For a normal garage, that's fine. For my garage, because you know I've got tools everywhere, I want to close that window off. So we got a discount door at the big box store. That's dented and dinged and all that, but I don't care. This is gonna be the new garage door. That'll go in. Plus it has a deadbolt hole. That one does not. And then we've got 2 new storm doors. You can't really see what these look like. I'll show you when we install them. 2 storm doors plus the new front door and the side door. These will have to be painted, of course. And then some styrofoam and some plywood and stuff for when we frame in that sliding door right there. In addition to all that, we also got some upgrades here for the Super Duty. I scored a set of front bucket seats, which the Super Duty has bucket seats, but it also has a center seat rather than a center console. So I scored these. We're gonna reupholster them, redo those, and put those in. In addition to that, I got new tires for the Ford Escape. And then we've got a discount open box microwave from Best Buy, $100 for a normally $450 microwave. And then for the Jeep, I got some wider tires, should be same height, just wider, that I gotta mount and install as well. And that's just the surface. We've also got a radiator to do on Sarah's Expedition. I ordered some track bars for the truck with 35-inch tires and the lift kit and everything else. We do a lot of boop, 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 from takeoff with a loaded trailer. So I bought some traction bars. We're going to fab in and put that there. And that's just touching the surface of the stuff you guys can see. There's a lot more coming. So oh, that's wonderful. Very good, very good. Good morning, welcome to YouTube. So it occurs to me I haven't given you guys an update in a minute, and I've been a little absent from YouTube lately, so I want to give you a quick update. One, you know we got the slab poured, we cut this, we cut that, we slid it. We got all of the siding on the house done. Siding is done. This is the LP Smart Side stuff. Had a buddy and his guys come over, they helped me with this. It's nice, it is beautiful. We're probably gonna paint it, but not today. We finally have a spot to keep our trash can that's not in our way. We put new doors on, front and this side door, so those are brand new. Had a sliding door right here under this window. We framed that up, put a window there. This is still going to become concrete all right here. We're going to mate everything together. That's coming up in a little bit. Poured this window well. So this is where the deck was, right? The deck used to be here. Now that's not there no more. So I poured this window well, did a poured window well, turned out great. Put some drainage in there, and that works. And I also replaced this window. This used to be a very crappy, almost plastic window. So this has been replaced, turned out great. I like it, no problems. Once we concrete all this area in, I'm gonna take that air conditioner condenser, we're gonna put it on top of the pad over here. This temporary fence I got to keep the dog out of the area will become a nice fence on top of the pad. Probably a welded together square tube fence. Not really sure on all the details on that yet. The radon, you probably never noticed, looked really weird because the header of the deck was right here before, and this ran through the header, so it actually came way out here before it went up. Did like an S-curve, went like way out here, curved, came back up. So I had a buddy of mine, paid him a couple dollars because I'm running behind on projects. He came in, we just put a straight up elbow, done. Same thing with the electrical. Going to the garage, this was also a going through the header panel, so this was sticking out. Whoa, this LB was actually way out here, about 8 inches out here. So we shortened that up, reran it into the panel and all that. Still got to do something with all these internet wires. I know there used to be a crap ton of cable, got rid of all of it. Cute little thing, they sell all this plastic crap to do your lights and stuff on the house for the siding. I went a different route, so I just got some of this very smooth board here, blocked this up to mount the light to, and then we cut this exact same siding here, and I just cut little shivers of it, if you will, slivers, and framed it in. I wasn't sure how that was gonna look, just an idea off my ass end. Turned out really good, I like it. The light's probably bugging you guys, I don't know. It's 6 o'clock in the morning here. But it turned out really good. I'm really happy with that. My wife really likes the doors, so that's a positive. And I'll show you the current project out front. Hold on. So out front, this was a wooden deck. We got rid of the wood, obviously, to do the siding. That door's also new. And now what I did is I actually dug 2 foot down, poured a 2 foot deep by 16-inch wide concrete footing for this block. So poured that. A very good buddy came over, helped me with that in the morning, one morning, mixed it, poured it, and now I'm stacking block on top of that. So I got 4 courses of 8x8 by 16 and a half. I thought I could buy half blocks, you know, the lengthwise half, so it's 8 or 16 by 4 by 8. Apparently those are special order, so I cut these myself. They are rough, don't worry about it. It's all going to be covered. So the next story is I gotta fill this in. This is just the dirt that we removed for the footing, went back in. I gotta get more dirt and some gravel to fill this up. Today I'm actually going to mix concrete and fill all these holes. I'm gonna get the blower and get some of this dirt out of there first. I'm gonna fill up all these holes with concrete, and then I'm gonna pour a pad on top of this whole thing, and then that'll probably be a 5-inch pad. I know standard is 4, but I don't want this to crack over time. The thicker you do, the less likely it is to crack, in my opinion. I don't know none of that for fact, just a theory up here. When I do that, I'll probably overhang the edges too by, I don't know, 3.5, 4 inches. We'll see how that goes. And then once all that's done, doing this in stages. I'm a one-man show, just a one guy. So doing this in stages. I also have a full-time job plus a lot of other stuff going on. So doing this in stages. So after that's done, these are the steps from the old porch. These will obviously go away. They're very temporary right now, and I'm going to pour some concrete steps as well. And then we'll probably re-pour this whole sidewalk because it's only like 2 inches thick, cracked, broken, snapped. But one step at a time. Pour some concrete steps, build some handrails to make the insurance company happy, and we should be good. Yeah, so these are all my cuts from making those half blocks. Turned out really good. I just gotta throw those away now. I was gonna just use these, but they're hollow, and I didn't want anything hollow underneath the pad, so I said no on those. So then, before I decided to cut blocks, I came and I bought these 4-inch caps. We were just going to use these 4-inch caps. I was going to mortar those to the wall as well, but then I thought the best way to have this thing never move is to fill everything with concrete, and those half blocks I cut allow me to fill the concrete all the way to the top. If I use the caps, it'd only be the first 4 layers, the first 4 courses, and then you'd be depending on the mortar to hold that cap in place. And if that pad ever decides to shift or curl or something, there's not much holding that cap in. So as it is today, fill it all with concrete, and it is all one unit. That said, some of you experts on there might say something about what I just said. So I'm not going to pour the concrete pad right on top of the wall. I'll probably put some plastic or something in between the blocks, because if that pad ever curls, I don't want the wall to go with it. So I'll probably plastic the wall on top before I pour, so it's 2 separate units, and then just silicone in there if I feel that is needed. So that's where we're at. It's been a lot of weeks of prep and then a lot of weeks of work, and I got a lot of weeks to go, because like I said, once the patio's done, I gotta do the sidewalk. Sidewalk's done, I gotta do this pad in the back. That's a 26 by 12 pad, 26 foot by 12. We'll probably mix that ourselves as well. And then after that's done, I gotta move that fence, make that permanent. My wife needs a new garden. And that's not even touching cars. I've been neglecting the poor Super Duty, man. She had an injector go out recently. I didn't film it because I was in a hurry. I just flipped out the injector. When I say that, it still took me most of the day. The Jeep is having issues. My wife's Expedition needs a radiator. I bought that. I got my wife's radiator right there. Just haven't put it in. I got parts for the Super Duty right here. Again, no time to put them in. I haven't even showed you guys this. Don't see that. That's a different story. I forgot all about that actually. All right. Good morning. Welcome back to another video with a guy and his projects. Today we're gonna go over why I have been absent from YouTube for months. It's been a couple months since I've posted a video. Everything's good, everything's great. There's just been a lot going on. I've had a lot of side jobs, little side gigs pop up. I've had A lot of work on the house. So I know you guys, some of you guys love it when I post videos on the house, but the majority of you don't. So I don't typically film when I'm doing jobs on the house, and the last few months I have been doing a lot of work on the house. So I think I filmed a video a couple months ago when we first started on the house, so I'm gonna throw that in there. And then I'm gonna show you kind of where we're at today, and I'll just go ahead and take you on that right now. So we changed our minds partway while we were doing this, which means there's some weird stuff here. But this used to be the deck, big wraparound deck, boop, boop, all the way down there. That is gone. Before, this ground was about 18 inches down. That's a 2-foot tall window well right here. So I had to build up, we ordered a truckload of dirt, and I built up about almost 16 to 18 inches of dirt all the way across where we put this pad. And then my dad and brothers came out, helped with the pad here. We poured this pad a long time ago. I wish I would have waited till this was ready, but this was also kind of weird. So now we have it less weird, but still weird transitions over here. Don't look at my super straight lines here. It is harder to cut a straight line with a saw than it looks on YouTube. So anyway, poured that window well, we replaced that window, we redid the siding. So we got rid of the deck, we did the siding, poured some window wells, replaced this window. We got rid of the door that used to be here. This used to be a sliding glass door, and we put in a window. That is gone. This house is 2,000 square foot, one up, one down, and it had 3 doors. One here, one on the front, and then the sliding one here. We don't need 3 doors on a 1,000 square foot level. So that is gone. Window in its place. Poured that window well over here. When we poured this pad, I also wanted to extend this one, which was here previously. So we're gonna end up, this is a temporary fence just to keep the dog in right here, very temporary. So I'm gonna build a fence on the pad, but the current pad ended right at the door. So we extended this 18 inches. And this is also 16 inches deep, just because the way the yard slopes, it kept eroding out of this corner. So we just sunk the edge, this border down 18 inches, never have to worry about it again. And then I want to build a fence on top of this metal fence. I'll weld it up, hopefully it'll be all right. But yeah, my dad and brothers helped with all the concrete work. They came up, that was pretty cool. Poured another window well there, and then 2 more around the other side. This AC I'm going to pick up and move this over here, and then the fence will of course come down this way, and that will be out of the dog's pee range, which is good. Internet wires, don't mind those, working on it still. These were just some old bricks, we just had nowhere else to put them, so I put them there. Don't worry about that. Still got to build a handrail around the deck here, but that will be happening. Probably again, I will do it out of metal so I can weld it together, make it look the way I want it to look. We replaced the front door here, side door, whatever you want to call it. Put on a fancy keypad. And then as far as out front goes, so we got the front porch. Well, let's start here. These wood posts I put in last year, they keep warping. It's been over a year and they're still warping. So the gate I kept having to adjust. So those are actual 3x3 by 1/4 inch metal posts. 1/4 inch is overkill, I know, but that's what I did. I welded together a new gate so it hung perfect. Put in a new sidewalk. Put in a footer, so don't mind the bucket. But we went, I think, 2 foot deep with a footer for this porch, and then I put block on top, grouted all that, filled it with dirt, and then I poured a 4-inch pad on top of that, and then I poured the stairs going down the pad as well. Oh, I also, back there, I also built a new fence for my wife's garden, so that looks a little bit better, a little more permanent. It's not permanent, but it's a little bit more permanent. I don't even know if you can see that. I can't see it through the screen, but there's a new garden fence over there. And yeah, ultimately, I've just been very busy with all of that stuff. None of that stuff happens just overnight. Not to mention, I've been helping some friends with their places, with their houses. I've got a couple side gigs that have been keeping me busy. and man, it's just been busy, guys. So now you know why I haven't been there. Hopefully all that's kind of wrapping up, and I need to start focusing in on the cars. I mean, shoot, a red, white one. I wanted to paint this spring, still not painted. The truck was going to get painted this year, still not painted. We did get the four-wheel running, but not because I got it running. I actually paid a buddy of mine to come fix it up because I did not have time. That's the old front yard gate. And I also have a couple storm doors left to hang over here. Those got to get hung. Yeah, guys, just been busy. Oh yeah, that's right. So the house has gas pipe to it, but it had an electric stove with no gas option. So I also ran some gas pipe to get a gas stove, and we replaced all the appliances inside. It's been a busy year, so, but hopefully I'm back. I want to be back. Yeah, I'm tired of house stuff. I like working on anything for the most part, typically, but I'm ready to get back to the cars. Cars are being neglected, and I think it's time. So still got to build some stuff on the house, build those fences, but hopefully we're getting back to cars. Thanks for being patient. Hopefully you missed me, but hopefully I'm back. So stay tuned, keep watching. I'll keep posting.